This was a triumph. I'm making a note here, huge success. It's hard to overstate my satisfaction. Aperture science. We do what we must because we can. For the good of all of us, except the ones who are dead. But there's no sense crying over every mistake. You just keep on trying till you run out of cake. And the science gets done and you make a neat count.
What's up?
Yo.
We're going. You're not going to talk?
No, I'm going to take a drink of my water and
Okay.
let my sinuses.
Welcome,
feel
everyone, to another episode of The Cake is a Lie. John's mouth is dying, or nose is dying over there.
I'm going to be a mouth breather today, so.
That's okay, that's okay. This is episode 6, season 2 of The Cake is a Lie. I'm S.C. Sampson.
Johnny 525.
Yep.
We got some good stuff to talk about today.
Yeah, we do.
I'm excited.
Actually, a decent amount of news, considering E3's right around the corner.
Right. Yeah, we got some good news. It was late last week, wasn't it? Most of this. Some of this dropped.
Kind of, yeah. It's been kind of around on the news places for a while. Kind of been recycled a little bit.
Right.
But. So, what have you been playing, man?
I played some Titanfall.
What? You actually played something?
The DLC came out, so I.
Oh, that's right.
I had went and bought the season pass and downloaded the new maps and played for about 4 hours with a buddy and his buddy one night and didn't get a single new map the entire time.
There isn't a queue for just new maps?
The queue was. Well, I wasn't host, so I could not tell you.
Oh.
Started playing with my buddy and I was like, "Did you download the new maps?" And he's like, "No, I should do that." I was like, "Yeah, do that because it's only like $10." And he's like, "All right." I was like, "It's 2 gigs, so it takes like 10 minutes."
Mm-hmm.
And so he jumped off and downloaded them, and we played for an hour or two. Didn't get a map, and then one of his buddies hopped on. He didn't have the maps, so. But it was good.
Nice.
Kind of felt like I never left, and I haven't played it for a month, so that's
good, right?
That's nice because normally that doesn't happen. Normally you stop playing a competitive shooter for a month and you get annihilated.
No, yeah, that is kind of usually how that works.
Right, so it wasn't bad.
Like, what's wrong with my joystick hand, my aiming hand?
My thumbs don't work. And I played some Extinction with the kid. We're getting pretty good at the new Extinction map.
With the new rules and the crafting or whatever.
The crafting and there's you collect teeth now, alien teeth, and you can spend those teeth. They're like currency. You can spend them on extra perks that apparently you get permanently. Which is kind of nice. It's not like a one-time use. It doesn't seem to be like a one-time use type of thing. Maybe
like whenever you get into a new game, you still have it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
that's pretty cool.
Well, it kind of takes a while to collect teeth. I guess.
No, of course.
I guess technically you can only collect like 1 tooth a day.
Oh, wow.
And if you don't play for a couple days, it goes into a pool, and like every, say, I think it's like 5 hives you destroy, three or 4, then you get one of those teeth out of the pool. So yeah, but it's kind of nice. You can get things like regen your health a little bit faster, or you can start the match with a locker key, and lockers give you free weapons, but that one's like 40 teeth. So
that's quite a few days.
Yeah, but we're getting pretty good at the new one. We've gotten to the Kraken twice. We haven't managed to do much damage to it yet, but we've gotten there twice.
Is he like the end boss?
Yeah, he's this giant. You like when you get halfway through the level, he busts down. You're on a ship. He busts down like a bay door in the ship, and a tentacle comes in, and you can take out the tentacle pretty easy. And then at the end of the map, he pops out of the water. You're on top of the ship, and it's this giant, it's a Kraken, giant fucking squid monster, that fucking thing. And we've gotten there twice, but we haven't been able to.
I wasn't wanting a video.
I wouldn't mind a video. Actually, I'd like to know how to kill the fucking thing.
Oh well. Why the fuck? Oh, I
I'm
forgot
sure
this
it's
goddamn
just-
thing's on Bing or some bullshit. God damn it.
I'm sure it's.
I'm embarrassed that it even shows up on that.
Yeah, I'm sure it's just massive damage, and there might be.
Oh
like,
wow, that thing's pretty cool looking,
Yeah, it is
actually.
pretty
It's
cool.
pretty big.
I'm willing to bet if you hit this little fucking dot in the center of its forehead,
Yeah,
you get some
usually
bonus damage or something.
usually any opening on these kind of bosses
Yeah.
is
You hit them at all anywhere, tentacle or face, you get hit markers, so you know you're doing something. But
God, it's so cool looking.
yeah, it's fun to play with the predator. That's about it though.
Nice.
I fully intend on picking up Wolfenstein here in the next couple days.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's see, what have I been playing? I've been playing. They got me again. Diablo got me again. No, not again. It's just the fact that they're doing 100% drop rate on legendaries right now until for 2 more days. So, which I hope they keep that drop rate because I was enjoying getting a lot more legendaries.
So explain 100% drop rate to me.
Well, they just increased the drop rate at 100%. So like, I don't know what the actual drop rate would be. It depends on how many people you're playing with, what torment level you're in, because it's basically I think I don't know if it's additive or multiplicative, but depending on what you already have, it's 100% more. So
I got you.
Yeah,
Well, that's pretty cool.
So torment level 1, it was, I'm not sure what, I didn't even look because I just saw 100% and got a boner. So, but it's been fun. I've gotten some decent gear on my wizard, and I'm over like 1 million damage per second now, which is insane
Really?
to even think about. That's how high it is. Doing like,
It's like sneeze and you clear the entire map. Or
well, no, it's not that quite. It's not quite that ridiculous, but I don't die, at least in Torment 1 or 2 probably. I don't really like doing solo very much just because you get the benefit of the group gold and
Right.
extra percentage on Magic Find. So,
Right.
but yeah, it's been pretty fun. I think that's about all I've been playing since we last spoke. I don't think I played any Smite, and I've probably played a couple games of Hearthstone, but it wasn't anything serious.
Yeah.
Just 3 or 4 games before I went to bed or something. But
Right.
yeah, Diablo 3 has been a lot of my focus time, I guess.
Sure. Nice.
Yeah,
Very nice.
I guess we get to it, huh?
Sure. Yeah.
General news.
General news.
Yeah.
General news.
Far Cry 4 announced for November 18th for every console, every platform, pretty much.
That's a pretty good secret.
Yeah, it isn't that far
I
away.
didn't hear a bleep about Far Cry 4. I mean, Far Cry
You know-
3 just came out. Was it last year? Beginning of last year? Or was it end
No,
of 2012?
it's in 2012. Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon came out
Right.
the beginning or sometime last year.
Right.
Which obviously that wasn't a real game. It was just a
No,
fun,
it was
a
a
funsies
arcade
thing.
My favorite thing about this announcement was the photoshops of this image that started popping up immediately.
Of people putting different faces in there.
My favorite one was Willy Wonka.
Oh, nice.
With his head on an Oompa Loompa. That was my favorite one.
That's actually, I didn't even think about
it was
that.
Funny.
I like it. Did you play
I played
Far Cry 3?
I played a little bit of it.
Didn't finish it?
I wasn't. Well, I think you had talked about it. Nathan had talked about it, and I was like, and Tom had talked about it, and I was like, all right, I'll go check it out. And I found it somewhere cheap and played it, and it just wasn't doing it for me. I didn't really like. I didn't like the way it handled.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't overly impressed with the graphics. There wasn't anything, graphically impressive there.
Did you play it on the 360?
Yeah,
or the
360.
Yeah, I believe the PS3 version looked quite a bit better.
I'm sure it did.
Which it normally does.
Right.
Maybe that's what I probably saw people playing it on, or I saw
Right.
screen captures of or something.
I was impressed with the opening dialogue and action sequence. That was kind of cool. But as far as the core gameplay and the way it handled and the way it felt and the way it looked, I wasn't overly impressed. And it the way the game's presented was so much like Dead Island to me that I would much rather traverse an island killing zombies than hunting animals and making pouches out of their pelts.
What? You don't like crafting?
It wasn't even like... It wasn't fun crafting. It was mandatory crafting.
Yeah, like you had to do this.
We're going to give you so much shit so fast that you just can't carry it all unless you go track down these rare and exclusive animals on these parts of this island you really shouldn't be at yet. And then we're going to throw in this little drug story and this crazy dude that you don't see enough of. I don't know. It just didn't do it. I wasn't overly impressed. I think I'm starting to kind of realize that I'm a bit of a visual whore. If the game doesn't look top quality to me, I lose a lot of interest.
Unless it's the game that wasn't meant to be like that.
Right. Like I was excited for Dead Island when it came out. The trailer got everybody excited for that game. That beautiful
the opening
CG trailer.
Slow motion, the music.
Right, just it was well done, and it was meant to get you excited about the game, and it did a lot of people. And then you get the game, and it doesn't look anything like that. And but it was fun for what it was. It was something new. But I lost my train of thought now.
Just you lose interest in games that don't look good.
Yeah, pretty much. I like to be impressed visually by the game, and if I'm not impressed visually, I was excited for Dying Light, as was most of us, and then the more I started watching gameplay trailers and gameplay videos, I was like, it looks like Far Cry and Dead Island. It just looks the same, and it looks like it plays the same. There's sure some little twists there with the parkour and stay on rooftops and don't go out at night, which you're forced to go out at night. But I don't know, and that fucking got delayed another year, so
yeah, or more. Yeah, a little ridiculous.
So yeah, I don't know. That's one of the things that kind of caught me off guard about Wolfenstein. I didn't see much about it. I heard it was coming out. I knew it was coming out. But I don't know. We've been burned so bad by
other ones,
nostalgic games coming out. Like Duke Nukem and.
Oh my god, the game was god awful.
Didn't they remake a Doom not that long ago? I know there's another one coming out, but didn't they do one a few years back that?
I don't remember.
Maybe not, but I didn't see much about Wolfenstein. I didn't really pay attention other than it was coming out, and I didn't see a trailer. I saw some snippets and some screenshots, and I was like, oh, that looks pretty good compared to what I remember of the late 80s, early 90s Wolfenstein. Of course, and then I started kind of watching it and keeping an eye on it. And I was like, wow, that looks really good. And that looks like it's going to handle and play good. And
no, there's been some pretty good hype about this game.
Yeah.
I think for a while now.
Yeah. Yeah, and it got some solid reviews today. Nothing overly impressive.
What, like upper sevens?
Upper sevens. I saw a 7.5, a 7.8, and I think Destructoid gave it an 8. No, I think Kotaku gave it an 8.
Oh, well, you can't trust anything they say.
Yeah, you remember Game Informer? I don't remember. But yeah, no, we got some good solid reviews. They said it had a good story and it played well.
10 to 12 hours, huh?
That's what one of the reviews said. IGN said it takes 10 to 12 hours.
That's actually...
And that's pretty lengthy for today's
That's very
standard.
lengthy. Yeah, I feel like if you can get past 6 hours worth of gameplay on a console game, that's pretty standard.
Right.
So 10 to 12, that's obviously not some generic PC title length,
right.
But it's for a console. That's good.
Yeah. And I like I haven't. What something I really miss about games nowadays are these big epic boss fights.
Yeah.
They're just not there anymore. They're not there in Call of Duty. They're not there in Battlefield. You know,
is there even really boss fights in those games?
not really. No, I mean you've got the final guy who shoots you 5 times, and then you're all woozy, and you've got to steady a pistol or your knife, and which was cool the first 2 times I did it, but and even some of the hack and slash titles nowadays don't really have those major boss fights.
No, I mean,
the last significant boss fight that really stands out in my mind is Dead Space 1.
Yeah, that was good.
That giant creatures pops up.
Diablo 3 had some pretty... I mean, before the initial nerfs of the vanilla Diablo 3, it was pretty hard.
Yeah.
Because that was before it was released on the console. Before all the nerfs and like the hardest difficulty was... I mean, it was pretty ridiculous. They had to nerf it a couple times before I even beat the whole way through.
Right.
Of course, I wasn't spending as much time as some people, but Path of Exile also. We were talking about that game.
Yeah.
The end boss on that is still it's hard almost every time you play it, even when you're out leveled them and all this kind of stuff because of how hard they made it originally. That if you are not already extreme leveled with good gear, you can't even kill them.
Right.
So that wasn't too bad, but yeah, in a normal shooter or hack and slash game, I can't think of.
I suppose Borderlands 2, the Borderlands series has some decent boss battles.
Yeah. If you're playing it on the hardest difficulty.
Right. So I don't know. I look forward to seeing some things that you don't normally see in a shooter. Mechanical dogs that are armored and giant mechanical dudes, and I imagine there's got
only on console.
No, I don't know
if it's on PC. No, it's on PC because I've seen it on Steam. I believe for sale. God, I'm gonna cry if it's not because I actually kind of want to play it.
Yeah, I wanna play it. I think I'm gonna pick it up this weekend.
Okay, I'll look this up.
Tom Clancy's The Division.
Oh God, the game's getting delayed like crazy.
Yeah, I know. Nobody's really surprised by this one. It's getting delayed till 2015, and they still might not make that mark either. So it might get delayed again. But just by the way it's been presented to us, I mean, it was presented at last year's E3, and just looked amazing what they showed.
It is on PC, by the way.
Nice.
So it's on all platforms, which is nice. God, I love it when they do that.
Yeah.
I don't feel left out when they do that.
No Destiny for you.
God, fuck that game.
What else aren't you getting? There's something else, right?
Well, I mean, we haven't got Grand Theft Auto yet.
Grand Theft Auto, that's right.
Yeah, I'm still praying that's going to be an announcement at E3.
Anyways, the way the Division's been brought to everybody, it's really no surprise. I mean, they're going for this super high polish, super detailed, super defined.
If it is as good as The Wait,
right,
then
I'm more than happy to wait.
Then no one's going to care.
My only beef is if you're not going to give me something within 6 months, don't show it to me.
Yeah, I hate that shit.
I mean,
an announcement of an announcement of
right.
We made.
I mean, sure, you want to get people excited, but it's one thing, it's one thing to give me a teaser trailer. I mean, sure, they teased Halo 5 last year at E3, and everybody knew we're not going to get that right.
Yeah, but they haven't shown.
Right, we haven't seen gameplay. We haven't seen
the article this week.
anything.
We'll talk about later. Is the first real thing we've seen about that game since last year's E3.
Right,
and that's because they're going to announce it for realsies with most likely a date of sometime 2015
and
at
probably,
E3.
Probably another trailer.
Yeah, probably a fuller.
Yeah, I'm kind of to the point to where if you're not gonna have it to me soon, just don't even show me.
Soon with the trademark.
I mean, right.
Sometime in the next.
They delayed Watch Dogs. They delayed The Division a couple times. Something else just got delayed. I don't remember what it was. But
yeah, I don't know. It's one of those. I think it's like they all started development and didn't actually know what the consoles were going to be like.
Right.
And then the consoles came out and they realized, shit, they didn't do something that was going to be optimized for that, or they made it too good for the consoles, or not good enough. I don't know what the deal is, but I'm assuming that's what happened. They started production before they got full specs, and then got excited about the game and thought they were there, and then somehow realized or found out that, we're not where we thought we were going to be for these new consoles. So
I mean, the Division, I mean, they don't even have a workable copy right now. Like, it's so broken that
really?
Yeah, that's what the article says. They're like, we don't even have a working product right now.
Like, we have a screenshot and it crashes when you walk downstairs.
60 seconds that they showed at last year's E3, and
that's about it.
So,
well,
but
if
it's gonna look as good as we're being shown and it's gonna play well, I'm more than happy to wait.
Hopefully everything we're seeing is actual footage too.
Right.
Not Watch Dogs bullshit at last E3's, whatever that was.
That comes out next week.
I
still don't know. I still am on the fence about it.
Oh yeah, I'm not getting it.
No.
There's no way. Not unless it's, especially since what I've heard so far about the game, and I think it's going to be a mediocre game, and it's going to be not as good as Grand Theft Auto 5.
Right.
It might look a little better, but it's probably not going to have as much story or long of a story. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll find out.
So speaking of Titanfall,
Sledgehammer removed some game modes for you PC players. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, it's really weird. The only thing I can assume is just the player base wasn't there.
That's exactly it. Yep.
So,
the player base wasn't there. People weren't playing it.
It was probably super long.
The people that did want to play it had super long wait times and load times, and finally they just said, "Okay, we're going to pull these game types and
we'll force you
into something else, and we'll give you something else down the road, and we're going to constantly monitor what's being played and what's not being played, and whatever's not being played is going to be taken out of rotation."
People were, God, it was like everything I saw after some of the articles I'd seen or on Reddit. Why would you do that? You can't take away my favorite game mode. Oh my God, with the W. It's like, well, I mean, we all know the PC player base for most games, for those games, is smaller than it is on console. Just the way it is. Less people play that game with mouse and keyboard. So, plus there's so many PC games. Like, I don't know how, especially with the ones that are so popular. Like, people play League of Legends and Dota 2, and that's 40% or 50% of literally the PC player base.
Right. And Warcraft.
Yeah, and and MMOs. So we'll all buy this game, we'll play it for a little while, and then we'll move back to the game that is a more popular esports game.
Yeah.
It's really funny to think about. I mean, I don't know if you're this way, but like if I'm watching someone play a game at a high level, it makes me want to play that game.
Yeah.
If someone's the same with sports, you're watching play basketball and you're like, God, I kind of want to go shoot some hoops right now.
Right.
It's the same kind of thing, and first-person shooter games on the console or on PC are not esports.
No.
Literally, they aren't, because they're all on the console. So we're not getting excited about playing on the PC. We're getting excited about playing on the console or playing other esport titles. So it makes sense to me. I wasn't upset about it at all. I didn't really play those game modes anyways, so
yeah, I have full intentions to play Capture Flag, but I haven't. So
yeah, I
haven't played Pilot Hunter either. I like killing grunts.
Yeah, I do. I mean, I really like the normal team deathmatch in that game. It's I don't see anything. It's nothing wrong with that, but I don't know. I enjoy it.
It's basically just a hardcore version.
Yeah.
You don't get any points for grunts and specters, and only pilots.
Yeah.
So PlayStation.
Yes.
Their PlayStation Now. Now, is it the Now or the beta for Now launching soon? I think the beta for PlayStation Now.
No.
Right?
It's currently in closed beta.
Okay.
It's been there for a little while. We talked about it about 2 months ago, maybe, or 2.5 months ago, 3 months ago. That was going to be in beta, and it was invite only. So if you weren't getting invited, you weren't going to be doing it.
Right.
But it's going to be going live soon. I do not believe there's a actual date.
With hundreds.
Hundreds of titles. First party and third party, which is pretty cool. Game rentals will be between basically $5 or $6.
Does it say how long you get to rent the game for?
I don't really know. I don't know if there's been any information about that. Good question. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to do some research about that later.
I'd like to know how much time you get with that game.
I mean, hopefully what it is you basically have it for a week or two, or maybe until you rent another game.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It would be nice if it was just a subscription where you pay a monthly subscription and you can just play games, kind of like GameFly.
Yeah, but they'd lose so much money doing that. I mean, the developers.
I don't know. I mean, it depends on how much money you're paying. If you're doing $20 a month for one game at a time, I mean, that'd be about the same.
Oh, I got you. So, okay, I got you. Not you could just like play 8 different games in a week. You're playing.
Yeah, well, I mean, that kind of like GameFly, where you can
right.
You can pay to have 1, 2, or 3 games, just like Netflix at a time.
Right.
And then basically you can't play another game until you've. I mean, you just. Well, I don't know how that would work online. It's hard to really monitor that when you're
right.
You can do that when you're sending out discs because you only get one disc.
Right.
So that's probably why they're doing the individual games. Yeah, I don't know how that works. I'll have to figure that out. There hasn't been a lot of information other than the fact that apparently it runs pretty smooth and there hasn't been any big issues with it. I mean, they did buy that shit for $380 million for that technology. So
right.
Oh, what's that feedback coming from? Can you hear that?
Yeah, I can hear that. Oh.
Apparently it was the mic cord.
Look at that.
That was weird.
Anyways.
Sorry. Hope that wasn't too loud.
No, it wasn't.
Feedback and stuff. And that's really it for PlayStation news.
Yay, PlayStation sucks.
No, honestly, a lot of their news has been pretty front loaded at the beginning of the year, and there hasn't been much. I'm assuming there'll be some stuff at E3.
Oh, I'm sure.
They've just been keeping it all pretty tight-lipped. And there hasn't been a huge amount of Xbox news either. I mean, there was a couple weeks there we were struggling to get any decent Xbox news because there really wasn't much going on.
E3 is right around the corner, so we kind of knew it was going to be a little dry right now. But then they came and saved us, and we get to talk Halo.
Halo 5. I have not played a Halo since
4.
No, I have not played. God, ODST might have been the last one I played. I didn't play 4 because I didn't have a console at the time.
I liked ODST.
Oh, I didn't mind ODST either. It was. I mean, it wasn't quite the same thing because you were.
I liked it for what it was.
Yeah. Because you weren't Master Chief, right, in that game?
No, you were an ODST.
Yeah.
An orbital drop shock.
That's right. Yeah. I didn't realize what that stood for. Makes sense. Yeah, since you've been playing, I mean, you play these every time, right?
Yeah.
Like, you really enjoy them, play them.
I do. I still haven't finished Halo 4, but that's
Get out.
Because, yeah, I know.
I think I watched Tom play
it released like 1 week or 2 weeks before Call of Duty Black Ops 2 released.
Oh, that's right.
So
that's
I
right.
had that allotment of time for it.
I remember you talking about that last time.
I went and bought the collector's edition and everything. So I got all the maps and haven't played like 3/4 of them. But,
well,
so I'm excited about the next article that we'll segue into. But for right now, I want to talk Halo 5.
Go ahead.
I want to talk this blue fucker.
Blue fucker?
I want to talk this blue fucker on the top of the picture here.
Are you talking about? God damn it!
I want to talk about the new Spartan they're going to introduce.
Okay.
It is not a representation of Cortana.
Okay.
They said that. They simply said he's going to be a new character, a new Spartan that they're going to introduce. I think he looks pretty badass.
No, yeah, it looks very way more futuristic.
And I'm going to predict right now that this will be the very, very last Halo with Master Chief.
Think so?
I think they're going to kill him off.
Ooh, bold statement.
I do. I think they're going to kill him off.
You heard it here first. Master Chief dies at the end of Halo 5.
I think they're going to kill him off. If they don't kill him off in 5, they're going to kill him off in 6. And then they're going to start a new career, a new series with this new guy. Because Master Chief was supposed to be the last Spartan.
And so if there's a new one
If
from
there's a
somewhere
new one
else,
from somewhere else, which I let a buddy spoil.
it's gonna be a girl.
The end of Halo 4.
It's gonna be a woman. Look at the.
Could be. Yeah.
It's kind of got a little bit of a
thin
frame
waist.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That very well could be. It wouldn't be the first time we've seen
Small neck.
Wouldn't
Kind of like
be
Metroid.
Wouldn't be the first time we've seen a female Spartan. Is that Samus 2.0?
Yeah, apparently. God, I remember that when I found that out for the first time. I was like, no way. The girls, no. And then in the game, I'm like, what? I've been a girl this whole time?
Fuck. And Halo 5 Guardians is coming to us next year.
Yeah. And
So,
it was originally 2014, but earlier this year there had been leaked information about the 2015 release that we talked about.
Have they been?
Yeah, we talked about
I
it.
don't remember.
God, how drunk were you?
Yeah.
So drunk. But it hadn't been confirmed that it was going to be in 2015, but it was pretty obvious to people that are in the biz, I guess.
Right.
So, do you think
So,
do you think they're going to have a lot of fun? Well, I guess they are going to have stuff at E3, but how long do you think their E3 part's going to be for Xbox?
How long?
I mean, because isn't it going to be part of the Xbox thing? You think, like their main stage thing?
You're asking me if I think Halo 5 is going to be the showcase game for Xbox at E3? What else could be? Well, no. There'll be a fairly large presentation for Call of Duty. There always is.
Yeah, but don't they have their own on their own?
Last year they showed it at
Don't look at them.
Microsoft's.
I don't want to know who won the game.
Last year they showed it at Microsoft's because they were announcing.
They didn't do both.
Well, they did do both, but they announced
It first.
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty. Yeah.
They announced Ghost at E3.
Did they announce Ghost before E3, or was that the first time we heard about it? What'd you do?
I don't remember. I'm just playing with a pen.
Oh, that you've hurt yourself.
No. You're as bad as my wife.
I can't remember if they. Well, you made a face.
I'm trying to get the fucking cap on.
Right when I heard it snap, I'm like, apparently you poked yourself in the hand.
Yeah.
Did they announce Ghost before E3, or did they do what they did like this year, where they've done a little teaser and then we'll do more? So it did seem kind of weird that they.
I think they announced it at E3 last year.
It seems weird that they would blow their load a little early on this one.
Well, I think normally they do. I think they saved it last year because last year we were getting the exclusive Xbox One information.
Oh.
And that was kind of going to be the flagship go-to game for the One, which is exactly what it was until Titanfall came out. So I think that was a lot of the hype, is we're going to get you really excited about it. This way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know. I'm breaking pens over.
Cashing checks and breaking pens.
Yeah, checks
not
and
next.
pens.
that was loud. So I guess next we'll talk about a little more Halo news. That's what we want to talk about. Right?
I am excited for this. I am. They announced the Halo Master Chief Collection for Xbox One, which will be Halo 1, 2, 3, and 4.
And also,
remastered.
Because of the remastering, they're thinking that it might actually be on the PC as well. It's possible. I wouldn't doubt it if they did.
Well,
they did for Halo 1 originally. When they re-released it, they released it on the PC.
Anniversary or whatever they called it, Combat Evolved.
Combat Evolved. Yeah, but that was still a while ago, and that was a good.
Last year before.
Combat Evolved? No, it's been out for 5 or 6 years.
I mean the remastered. The remake.
Well, it was the remake that added multiplayer
right
for the Xbox, and they released it for the PC as well. But it's been out for a while. I feel like it's been like a good 4 or 5 years.
Maybe 2 or 3. It don't matter.
I don't remember either.
The anniversary for 360 is what you want.
What? Anyways,
I'm excited because I haven't finished Halo 4 yet. So I would, if I had it on my One, I would totally finish it. Or rather replay it and then finish it. And I might even start at the beginning and see how it looks on the One, updated and smoothed out.
Oh yeah, they're not going to do that. Thought we were gonna do 4.
Yeah, they're doing 1, 2, 3, and 4. No ODST and no Reach.
Oh,
'Cause
okay,
it's the Master
okay.
Chief Collection.
That's right. That's right.
4.
I'm just 4's just so new. I'm surprised they're doing that.
Oh, it's good 2 years old now.
Yeah.
What's your price tag on this remastered bundle?
Ooh, let's play how much this game costs. If it's on a PC and it's 4 games and they're remastered, so they're gonna be $20 a piece, probably. Would you pay $20 a game?
Are you thinking they're gonna release them
No.
individually?
I'm just saying, like, I'm just kind of putting a price tag per game. Obviously, it would probably
Would I
be.
pay $20 per game?
So would you
for
pay?
a remastered?
Would you pay $80 for that?
No.
Would you pay $60 for that?
Yes.
Would you pay $70 for that?
Maybe.
So maybe 65 then. 65 would be a
I think
solid
it's gonna
bet.
be 60. I think it's gonna be 60. I think they're at least gonna fit 1 and 2 on one disc. 3 might have its own disc, and 4 will probably have its own disc.
You could probably fit 1, 2, and 3 on a DVD.
You probably, well, it's Blu-ray now, and you probably could.
Oh, that's what I meant. Sorry, did I say DVD?
Yeah.
They're already on DVD.
My other question is, which versions of multiplayer are going to be on this remastered series? We can pretty much guarantee we're gonna have Halo 4 multiplayer.
I think,
and probably guarantee we're gonna have 3. But the big question, because the fan favorite was
Is
Halo
2.
2, are we gonna have Halo 2 multiplayer?
you know what they should do? Only have one.
You think so?
Have
One with all the maps, all 70 maps.
how fucking cool would that be?
Badass.
They had one multiplayer
That would be.
and with the 4's graphics and guns, I guess. Although people like the guns in 2 the most.
Yeah.
That's why they like that game so much.
Right.
Although I'm pretty partial to 1. I love the guns in 1.
The pistol in 1 just can't be beat.
That's why I loved it.
Yeah.
It's so awesome. It's like you're playing
Perfect Dark.
Perfect Dark or Bond again.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do. I would say I don't know if they're gonna have 4. That's quite. I mean, that would be. It's not. They're not gonna sell that many copies of this. Not enough to where having 4 different multiplayer lobbies is gonna be enough. Plus, you already have the original lobby for all the games.
Right.
Unless they close all those down, that'd be expensive.
2's been closed down for a couple years now.
Has it
3
been?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because it was on the original Xbox.
Oh, that's true. That's true. They don't have any of those up anymore.
So, 3 and 4 is still going. I'm willing to bet you'd still have 3 and 4 multiplayer, but yeah, 2's my big question. Are we gonna have 2? Are we gonna have 1 multiplayer? How are they gonna do it? If so, because I mean, I think most
one
people,
multiplayer, 70 maps.
I think most people are
All
gonna
guns.
gravitate towards Halo 4 multiplayer. But it would be kind of kick-ass to have like every fucking map.
What if whatever map you're on, you had the guns of that game?
There you go. That's the way to do it.
That'd be cool, because that would definitely throw a mix in
Right.
the game a little bit, where you're playing some. Because they didn't really do any repeats, did they?
They did a couple remakes. Yeah, but I mean they were significant.
They were different enough.
Fairly tweaked.
Kind of like the Call of Duty remakes, where they're
right.
the same-ish layout,
it's the same
but they
layout,
have.
But yeah, like they took this little perch away. The guys like to head glitch behind, and so
that would be pretty badass if they did that.
It would be, but they won't.
No. There's no way they would do something
That awesome.
Yeah, not happening. That would be a lot of work too. I don't even know how you would do that.
Right.
That seems like a lot of effort.
Unnecessary upscaling.
Well, unnecessary effort from the developer. I mean, we don't even know who's doing it yet. So it's probably not 343 Studios, since they're kind of involved in a different game.
True. Yeah.
They're gonna.
It's not Bungie because they're involved.
It'll be whoever did.
It's gonna be Microsoft Studios. I mean, somebody at Microsoft.
I think I read in here that they thought it was gonna be, the same people that did ODST, Combat Evolved. Originally, maybe.
Well, that was Bungie.
Did they do that?
Oh,
too?
you mean the anniversary?
Yeah, Combat Evolved Anniversary.
Right.
Saber Interactive.
Probably.
So it's probably them.
Probably. Xbox One update launched yesterday, I think it was.
Mhm.
Today, maybe.
Not really
I've had
anything
it, yeah,
that cool, was it?
I've had it for weeks and I haven't noticed anything. Basically, it fixes some party chat issues and gives you a couple extra highlights.
Noise.
It was nothing that I was like. Nobody's really paying attention to these updates since they fixed party chat and they gave us our friends notifications. That's one they were working on a couple weeks ago. Was our friends now pop up when they jump online? So and so's.
Oh, it actually does that now.
Yeah, it does do that now.
So remember that was a pretty big complaint that you had at the beginning, right?
It was well, it's something you're used to. Depending on how often it happens, I would get super irritated with it. Because like you're trying to play a game and fucking Blockhead's online and Blade Rage is online and Blix is online, like all in like 30 seconds you get like 8 notifications because you're getting when they're online, and then heaven forbid they have a fucking update. You get told they're playing Black Ops 2, and then you get told they're online again, and then you get told they're playing Black Ops 2 again, and then you get told that this person wants friends to play with in Black Ops 2. It's just fucking, it's retarded. It was over the top. So I didn't miss it, and I did at the same time. I didn't miss the endless 50 million.
Well, it would be nice if it was a little bit slower than that, where you're like,
right.
They'd tell you that they're online. That was about it.
Right, and that's what it is now.
And if they were to go offline from an update, you wouldn't tell you that you're back online again.
Yeah.
Like, there's got to be a way it can do that.
Oh,
there's got to be code you can write to do.
There's got to be code that if you don't get the same message twice in 5 minutes, but that wasn't. It's not the way it worked. I mean, if your Xbox reset or if you were kicked offline,
who the fuck tests these things?
I do.
No.
Technically, I guess I test them.
The tester should not be the consumer. The tester should be somebody that's sitting in an office that turns their console on 15 times and says, "Oh yeah, that was really fucking annoying. Maybe we should change something."
Right.
I don't get how this stuff goes live sometimes.
Yeah. I don't know.
Anyways.
Talk your Diablo 3.
I mean, I kind of already got into it, so I didn't really. The only real thing that was, legendary drop rate.
Right.
There was that patch last week, which I guess I missed that they released, or they didn't release, or announced the Ultimate Evil Edition will be making to way to the Xbox One, PS4, PS3, and Xbox 360 in August.
What's that entail?
It's just going to be the expansion.
Oh.
The one that we have, the one that the PC players got 3 months ago. It'll be in August.
Is it going to be full game plus expansion?
No.
I guess it's going to have to be if they're going to call it the Ultimate Evil Edition.
I'm assuming it'll be the full game because it wasn't.
Yeah, full game plus expansion.
Well, because it wasn't released on the Xbox One or the PS4.
Right.
I'm not sure what they're. I'm sure they'll do a different price for people that already own it for the 360.
I'm sure the people that have it for the 360 will be able to download the DLC.
Yeah, and then it'll be that price, which is still. That's still $40.
Yeah, maybe they'll drop.
It's a very expensive.
Maybe they'll
deals.
drop it to 20 or something for consoles, and then they'll make it a full $60 for.
Yeah, that would
the
be
1 and the 4.
Yeah, that would make sense.
So.
Yeah, it is always a little expensive, especially since they only added one class. It's a little disappointing because in Diablo 2, the expansion had 2 classes, just one act, but they released 2 classes.
Right.
It would have been nice if they. Maybe it was 2 acts. I can't. No, it was just 1 act. But whatever. I mean, I've enjoyed. I've still spent more time playing that game than I probably have any console game in a while. Just because, I mean, like when I did play console games, just because it's still long enough.
Right.
Playthrough. I mean, I'm still putting a good 40 hours into it since the expansion probably.
Right. I have a hell of a time replaying any game nowadays. I really think the last game that I actively replayed was Dead Space 1 and 2. I think I played through those 3-4 times trying to get everything I could get.
With the addition of the rifts and they added the non-story mode, it definitely added more replayability than I think people would have been having with that game.
Sure.
Because the storyline was pretty lackluster. I mean, I enjoy the storyline, but it's not.
I enjoyed the cutscenes.
Yeah. No, the cutscenes are good, and the storyline, at least, it pushes you through from the other games, and it's not as good as Diablo 2 storyline, but it's still decent. But once you've heard it 4 or 5 times,
Right.
you're going through the quest dialogues and just go here, go there, go here, go there.
Right.
Just you don't want to do that anymore. You want to just grind mobs and demons and bosses and
Kill
whatever,
things and
and just
level up.
kill shit and level up and kind of have it different every time, which they did. I mean, you have the rifts are nice because you'll go through one portal and you'll be in a certain area with certain like sometimes it's spiders because you're down in the area where there were spiders before,
Right.
and then you go through the end of the rift to the next one and you're in Act 1, a different area. You're not actually porting around, but it's a nice change of pace where you have no idea what you're going to be next. You don't know
Right.
what the monsters are going to be next.
Nice.
And you don't even know how long the rift's going to be. It could be anywhere from literally only 1 level to like 9.
Huh.
And of course, after you go through 1 or 2, you'll hit the end boss for that rift, but you can keep going through depending on the mob density and stuff. So, and the mob density is where it's at for legendaries.
Cool.
So yeah,
Very cool.
August for the release of the expansion for the consoles.
God, do I want to buy that again?
Uh,
I don't know. We'll see.
meh.
August?
Yeah. So right before.
3 months before Call of Duty.
Yeah, there'll be a Battlefield. No, there won't be a Battlefield out this year,
There
huh?
won't be a Battlefield this year. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, fall you're in
We'll
is
see
Call
how
of
long,
Duty.
We'll see how long UFC pulls me through.
Yeah. If that's a good game, then that's going to be worth playing, I feel like.
It's going to take some time from me. That's for sure.
Yeah.
We'll get into that at the end here.
So it's time for a new segment that I like to call Circle Jerk.
There's only 2 of us. Can we just call it Dutch Rudder?
The Double Dutch Rudder. No, I just because I saw this article and I feel like every week I always see something where it's just like, this really good game is still doing really well. Let's talk about it. Which it is worth mentioning how good Grand Theft Auto 5 is doing,
Right.
and continues to do. 33 million copies is insane
Wow.
for a video
Wow.
game. I mean,
And that's non-PC. That's all console.
only console. And that,
Only Xbox
and only
360,
Xbox.
PlayStation
Yeah, it's
4.
not even next
Or
gen.
PlayStation 3. Yeah, not even next
Only-
gen. Last gen.
Only last gen, which of course, I mean that's where the most of the. I mean they
Right.
both have a lot of consoles, but there's how many consoles were there at the end of the year?
I don't know.
80 or 90 million.
I have no idea. I
Was
think
even that-
Microsoft announced right before the one launch. I think they announced they had sold like their 40th million console.
So they
Or something
sold
out there just like that.
almost half of the consoles.
Wow.
That's pretty crazy.
That's yeah.
What's also is crazy that it's 45% of Take-Two's total revenue for the fiscal year. No big deal. One game, half of our revenue.
Wow.
Of course, it's not like they don't really release that many games, but that's
No.
still very cool. And props to them. Hopefully, it comes to the PC, and then they will make even more money. I think if it sells on the PC, they'll gain at least another 8 or 9 million probably copies sold.
Right.
So
For sure.
that'll be nice.
And it won't even have to be physical copies.
It'll only be digital. I
that'll
mean,
be like 99% digital.
I'm trying to think the last time I
So
bought a game.
Saves them production.
Yeah.
costs.
God, yeah, I can't think of the last game I
Yeah.
didn't download the game. Then we got some rumors.
Yeah.
A
this
big
one's,
rumor.
This is huge.
If this
Huge.
happens, the world will explode.
Think so?
No,
I think the internet will die if
No.
this happens.
I think Google and does Google own Facebook? No, they don't own Facebook, right?
No.
Okay. Facebook obviously did the unique thing with buying Oculus Rift,
Right.
which we're still, don't know what's
there's-
going to happen.
There's actually a ton of fucking buyout deals and rumors going on right now.
Well, oh no, yeah.
I mean, fucking Facebook bought Oculus Rift. Apple is buying Beats headphones.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, for $3.2 billion. Dr. Dre is the first billionaire rapper.
Oh, yeah. Well, for sure. That's insane.
Yeah, $3.2 billion.
Good for him, man.
Him and Tyrese, that's their partnership.
Oh, I didn't realize
And-
Tyrese was part of that.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
Well, I
it's-
mean,
it's
so
actually-
Beats and Fast and Furious.
It's
That's where he's
actually
making his money.
super, super smart for Apple to do that.
Oh, for sure.
Because their speakers suck.
Well, their speakers suck, and Android has pretty much had the market for putting beats in their phones for a while now.
Right.
But anyways, YouTube might be buying Twitch for $1 billion.
$1 billion.
Which I'm not sure how this is going to work out because obviously they're competitors.
Sort of.
So, I mean, I can't think of.
We're streaming on YouTube now. We're not streaming on Twitch anymore.
We're only streaming on YouTube because Twitch is only mainly for gaming. We have other shows,
right?
And it's just not. We couldn't before. Like when we first started the channel, we couldn't stream on YouTube,
right?
Or I probably would have done that the first time,
right?
But Twitch's interface and their streaming in general it's superior,
right?
I feel like. Not necessarily the technology behind it or the quality of your stream, but just the interface and how you interact with people and the accessibility is way better than YouTube.
Yeah.
But YouTube is a humongous company owned by Google, and I mean they could pretty much do whatever they wanted to if they had the money.
Right.
So I'm wondering if Twitch is going to stay exactly the same.
I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to go through. I don't think Twitch is going to say okay. I think Twitch cares too much about its community to let that happen.
I don't know.
Because if YouTube buys Twitch, there's no more playing music on your streams.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have to be careful with your language, careful with your dress code, which... I mean, like, there's no nudity on Twitch or anything, but I mean, if you've got people like Laced Up Lauren and Miss Inked Queen who get most of their views for
being a female and being hot,
their appearance,
yeah,
you know, and I think some of that's going to get dumbed down. I think some of that's going to get dropped from, say, NC-17 to PG, you know. If it goes to YouTube, they're just the copyrights going on with YouTube right now are just so insane that I don't think Twitch is going to allow that to happen in their community.
Yeah, I mean, although I still can't believe that Twitch is still allowed to let their streamers who they make money, I guess some of them do, and I'm assuming almost none of them have licensing for the music they play.
No,
and I'm pretty sure Twitch is liable for that at that point. I'm not sure that works, but I'm actually surprised you could still stream music on there at all. It's pretty crazy to me.
Well, does can they save their broadcast to Twitch? Like, we can save our broadcast directly to YouTube, and we could save our Twitch broadcast to YouTube. But can you save your Twitch broadcast to Twitch? They don't have a video playlist, do they?
No, yeah, they do. They have a highlight.
A highlight.
You make a highlight of your video and that stays, but the actual recording of it, of your, like the actual live stream itself,
right,
without being highlighted, will go away over time.
Right.
But I believe the highlights stay for a while. I don't know if it's indefinite or not. I don't know specifically.
I was going to say, because if it's not staying there, then it's not, it's not a recording. It's not. There is no copyright there.
Well, it's the fact that you can monetize on that, and that's when it becomes very infringing, because you're making money off of somebody else.
Yeah, but it's a.
There's plenty of Hearthstone and whatever that I watch.
It's a thin line, because I mean, you've got your face on there, you've got your gameplay video on there, and you've got some music in the background.
Yeah, but half the time they have the artist and the name of the song on the screen.
Right.
They'll play.
I don't know how that works. I don't know.
It's honestly just the wild, wild west out there sometimes with the internet, and they just can't control it.
Right.
Maybe you have to go after maybe they'd have to go after the individual streamers, which isn't feasible. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah,
but
I don't know.
Anyway, I don't know.
Didn't we talk about Ed Boon a couple weeks ago posting something? I don't remember what it was, but it was
something about Mortal Kombat. It was
some cryptic tweet that was.
It was about what's the studio called?
NetherRealm.
NetherRealm. Yeah, It was something, but they weren't very specific about what it was going to be. They're still obviously not. Although MK10,
MKX,
which it wouldn't be, it would be 15, right?
No.
Would it be? It'd be Mortal Kombat 10, right?
It'd be 9 or 10. It might be 9.
Yeah, because it was Mortal Kombat 8.
I think
was the last one, right?
I think the last one, which was only titled Mortal Kombat, might have been 8.
I believe that was 8. Now that I'm thinking about it,
it's. I'd have to. We'd have to dive in and count them. I'm sure we could Google how many Mortal Kombat games have there been.
It was 8.
Okay, in that case, then it's got to be a crossover. It's got to be.
Yeah, because
it's got to. I'll bet you. Because they've got the Mortal Kombat license and they've got the DC license.
DC cross.
Oh, they did that. And it wasn't good.
Well, maybe
Mortal Kombat versus DC.
Was that after Mortal Kombat 9?
It was before.
Or 8.
It was before 8.
Oh, I was trying to say
That
if that
was
was
the last
after, then
Mortal
maybe that
Kombat
could be
game they
9.
They've already. I suppose they could do it again, and but if they're gonna do it, it can't.
To be honest, we may be thinking too closely of the X, because I'm assuming that's an actual car.
Well, it is a car, yeah.
So how hard would it be to get a picture of something that specific of your product? The X might not actually be something that. It might not be a Roman numeral. It might just be something close.
Yeah,
to get people talking
Kombat
about.
Cross. We've got Street Fighter Cross Tekken and.
Yeah, but I don't know. They're not really. I don't think they're in bed with Capcom or anything, are they?
No, but they're in bed with DC.
Yeah, but they already did one.
They could do another one. They could do it right this time.
Maybe they'll do it right this time.
Maybe they'll do it right this time.
Maybe they'll
throw
use
some gore in there. Maybe they'll let us kill some superheroes.
Oh, was there no?
It was rated. It was rated
T.
T. Yeah, it wasn't rated M.
So maybe they'll use the Mortal Kombat 8 engine, which is probably different than what they use for the.
I'm sure, and it'll be on
cross.
next gen.
Yeah, that would be cool. I'd probably play that.
I'd play it
if it was on PC, which it probably won't be.
No.
But if it was, I'd play it. I'd probably play on the console too. I have a fight stick, so I could play it on anything.
Yeah, you could.
Or I could play it on a PlayStation, I should say.
Right. I don't know. Yeah, but there's something coming. So that's good to see. NetherRealm puts some good stuff out there.
For anyone who didn't see it, I guess I didn't have the screen capture up.
Fucking
Oh, it is now. It's just the MK. Anyways.
I wonder what the X stands for, he says. Yeah. So we finally got a decent video of some EA Sports UFC gameplay today.
Okay.
We got a full 1-round fight between two of the.
Oh, that's right. I didn't watch it. Was it good?
It was good.
I was at work and then I ate dinner and came here.
The sound was good. The presentation was top notch. The character walkouts and the character announcements, I had to struggle to tell if I was watching actual walkouts or a video game. The two things that kind of threw me out of the game was one, Bruce Buffer, the announcer, was a little stiff, and he's over the top, but in the game it just wasn't quite right.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the movements were a little stiffer for the fighters than I remember, like the Undisputed series being.
Mm-hmm.
But it looked great. It sounded great. They've still got a month before it comes out. And with those games, they're not going to look like real fights just because it is a game.
Oh, of course. It can only look so good.
It can only look so good. But there was one point early on in the video where one of the guys got rocked and knocked down, and the way he flopped to the ground was just
good,
top notch. I'm sitting there going, "Oh, he's out," and then he kind of rolls over and he comes to, and I'm like, "How is he still going?" And it was. You do that during watching real fights all the time, so I'm getting really excited for it. It looks good.
All right. I didn't realize you were going to talk about that. I wouldn't start the music so soon. I feel like a douche.
You're fine.
Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. You can find us on YouTube, timespentpoorly.com. You can pretty much get everything there. Twitter, TSP_1, SC Sampson.
Johnny525. I will never do that again, I promise.
Do what?
Peace.
Oh, peace.
Find someone else to help you. Maybe Lisa.